When we first got together, he really wanted me to fly fish, and there was an occasion when he took me out and he tried to teach me, and I just wasn't ready. I just didn't have the patience. I just wasn't ready to do it, and he didn't force me. One day in the river, I was spin fishing and he was fly fishing, and he was just catching fish and catching fish and catching fish. So I was finally like, okay, I have the patience and I actually want to learn now, so teach me. And that was...
the day.
The second I wanted to do it, it was like I was addicted. It was...
Yeah.
I was hooked, literally. It's cliche to say, but I was hooked.
If you're gonna teach your wife fly casting and the real intricate things, have someone else do it. In that same sentence, let me include, I literally walked in the living room last week and I told her that fly fishing together has made me more sure than ever that she's the one. Growing up in the Ozarks was just a great thing for me. I love Missouri and I love Southwest Missouri. The Ozarks Plateau, the rolling hills, the springs.
It's not just fishing, but hiking and foraging. We love to forage, and it's just all those little aspects that come together when you're in nature.
When you start to share those moments and it's compiled with outdoors and it's compiled with the things we love, and you see that in someone else the way you feel about it, that's when it becomes this thing in your heart that you cannot match. I don't know, I'm glad you're doing it with me.
What a lot of people don't realize about Southwest Missouri, or Missouri, I guess, is we are blessed with 9 blue ribbon trout streams. We have 9 gorgeous areas.
Super wild areas.
Super wild areas that you can go fish.
You go to other parts of the country and you realize we're really blessed to have these wild springs that are amazing and protected.
They range from tiny streams that you think, that's a trickle, how does that have trout? And then you go pull a 17-inch trout out of it and you're like, did that really just happen? To know that these are breeding, and this fish, gosh, how long has this fish been in this river? And the fact that I fooled it, I caught it, and I get to release it. That's what I think is pretty cool about it. We didn't put this fish here, it lives here.
I started fly fishing when I was about 16 or 17 and worked in fly shops, having amazing mentors, whether they were local or since I worked for Bass Pro and the White River Fly Shop, we got really big names through like Dave Whitlock, Larry Dahlberg, Lefty Cray. I have so many great moments with those guys. But then after years of fishing and streamer fishing and nymphing and all the dry fly fishing, I picked up Euro and I just fell in love with it. It's really ignited my passion that I already have for fly fishing to this huge level that I didn't think it could be taken to again, and that's an impressive thing for me. As I grid across, I'm trying to pick out a 10-foot square. I worked across this, drifting through. I finally started picking up fish on the biggest bead because this is pretty swift. And in this seam, there's a fish. Oh, there he goes. We love the 11 point. This is really why we fish here, is the wild fish. This fish has probably never been hooked to really put up a battle. You catch a lot of like 14-inch, 15-inch really fun ones, but when you get into those 17, 18, 20-inch fish here, oh my gosh, that's so fun. Euro nipping's a lot of different things to a lot of different people right now because it's a newer thing. It's not really well known in the Ozarks. It's just coming into light more, but that's where it's a really cool thing that we've had the ability to start teaching people, sharing our passion for it, sharing not only how we love these places and want to protect them, but then also about how much we love what we do and to pass on that feeling to others.
When we fished crane, we fell in love with crane. And we fell in love with crane to the point that we wanted to give back to that river. And that was the main reason we chose the fly fishing club that we are a part of today. There's lots of fly fishing clubs out there, but SMFF is stream team number 57. And you know, we got to do water quality monitoring, we do trash pickups, we got to do the red band project, which is literally catching trout, clipping them for genetic testing to prove what type of strain they are.
That was rewarding. And
that's, I mean, it's all things that we love to do involving a sport we love.
In the 1880s, the National Fish Hatchery got their first funding to actually set up a hatchery on the McCloud River in California. And that hatchery, then they started figuring out how to move fry and milk pans and crates around the country by train. And the McClouds happened to be a strain that took off here. A couple weekends ago, we were blessed to be a part of the study where they're actually going to do the DNA testing to prove if that's really the case or not. They could have turned into their own Missouri crane strain over this time, but you catch the fish here, you see the bright red band pink stripe known of the McCloud. That's their nickname, the red band. And when you catch those fish, you can't help but notice and think there's some correlation. Special, special fishery. One of the trophies lately for me are not big fish, but small fish with par marks that I know have been raised in the river or grown in the river. That fish to me, to show that there's an active breeding thing happening, that's our future. That is the future of these wild streams and what it is. And that's why all of this has also come back full circle for me, to be able to give back and love it and enjoy it. That's the whole thing right there. Of course, we love the outdoors and all of this, but it's about these moments that we can share with others, that we can share with people. Maybe it's just sharing a fly, maybe it's sharing a technique, maybe it's sharing a spot, but all of these things are about sharing. If you can't tell, we're about the feeling. We want to share that with others. We want people to have the passion that we have for it, because you know what happens then? Those people step up to help as well.
Whatever it is that's holding you back, just go. There's someone out there that's willing to help you. Go on Facebook, join a club, go to your local fly shop. There are guys out there, there's other women out there that are willing and want to help you. I mean, you're not gonna be great the first time. It takes practice, it takes patience, but everyone gets hung up in the trees and everyone gets stuck on rocks and everyone tangles their line.
Gets frustrated.
Everything, everybody does it. So you just have to get out there and try.
But all the good things aren't easy.
That's what keeps us coming back.
Yeah.
If it was easy, we wouldn't come back.
We'd already be bored with
Yeah.
it. And so.